It's Sunday, July 14th. You've got Coach, you've got Goose, and you're entering the core, powered by Zelcore Plus, the one crypto wallet to meet all your custody and trading needs. Learn more about Zelcore Plus at zel.network. Goose, great to see you again, man.
Hey, man, great to have you on once again. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just, taking another peek at the top 5 gainers here in crypto and, just trying to learn a little bit more about each project.
All right, what do we got?
Well, one that's kind of been here the last couple times we've discussed this is Beznat up 22%. And then you got Icon up 22%. Engine Coin, which is a token that is in the Zelcore wallet, up 4%. And V Systems up 2%. And True USD, oddly enough, should be at $1 all the time, is up 0.2%. So that kind of rounds out that top 5.
Very nice. So you want to see who is suffering the most?
Yeah, he was on the opposite end of the spectrum, man.
I mean, yeah, you got to look at both sides, right? So the biggest loser today is XMAX, down 26%, followed by Cubitica at minus 25. That's got a huge red candle on it. And then Komodo at minus 18, followed by Crypto.com Chain minus 17. And last is Hypercash at minus 16. And, overall, there's a general trend. Most of the coins are in the red, except for a few of these. We got Bitcoin down 8%, Ethereum down 12%, XRP down 8%, Litecoin down 12%. So all the top coins right now are in the red.
Yeah, it's that kind of day, to be honest with you. Especially, I kind of made the somewhat of a joke about True USD. That stable coin been in that top 5. That goes to show you a little bit,
Yeah.
How much the positive stuff is going on in crypto today. Not very much, right?
Right. Well, hey, you know what? Monday is going to be here very soon, so we'll see what happens next week. And I know that we've got plenty of really cool things happening, lots of good news to share. But why don't we go ahead and start off with what's going on with Mr. Sotko cryptocurrency?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sotko here, giving you the news from the Zell podcast. And before I begin, make sure you guys subscribe to the Zell channel. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we do appreciate every single like and subscribe on these videos. So thank you in advance for doing that. And let's get to the news. Hackers thieved $32 million in cryptocurrency from a Japanese exchange called BitPoint. And it does seem like a lot of these Japanese exchanges are being hacked lately, regardless of their high regulation. So Japanese crypto exchange BitPoint's parent company Remix just revealed that the operator lost $32 million to hackers. In a press release revealing the details of the hack, BitPoint said that it detected an error related to Ripple remittance. And on further investigation, it was found that Ripple tokens were leaked illegally. Further investigation of the hack led BitPoint to the revelation that Ripple wasn't the only cryptocurrency being targeted. The company said that it detected fraudulent outflows of virtual currency stored in the managed hot wallets on the night of July 11th. The virtual currency stored in BitPoint's hot wallets included Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin as well. So once the hack was detected, BitPoint put out web transactions on hold early this morning to stop all the services. So it was a disaster waiting to happen because Japan's Financial Services Agency had issued an operational improvement order to BitPoint last year. And the agency believed that the crypto exchange had poor internal controls and wanted BitPoint and a few other exchanges to ensure the enforcement of proper measures to protect users. Which apparently did not happen. They do plan on reimbursing their users. So moving on to the next article here, Fed chairman, no one uses it, a Bitcoin, a speculative asset like gold. But while the title doesn't sound particularly bullish, recently the chairman, Jerome Powell, bashed Libra coin or Facebook coin, whatever you want to call it, and said we need to put a stop to this because the 2 billion Facebook users could disrupt the current financial system. But on Bitcoin, his analysis of whether a crypto system with global prevalence could diminish or even go so far as to remove the need for so-called anchor currencies. With the US dollar de facto the world's dominant reserve currency, Powell acknowledged the possibility of a preeminent cryptocurrency redrawing the current financial landscape, yet noted that as of yet, this has stopped short of becoming a reality. He says, I think things like that are possible, but we really haven't seen widespread adoption. Bitcoin is a good example. Almost no one uses it for payments, but more as a speculative store of value like gold and like the gold that the United States used to carry to back its currency. So very bullish mentality on basically the entire world on the Fed chairman talking about Bitcoin. But again, most of the world does not want Libra coin. It's not allowed in India. China doesn't want it. The European Central Bank, the United States Central Bank, as well as congressmen in the United States saying to put a halt to Libra coin. So moving on to different news, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, talks about Libra coin and other cryptocurrencies for potentially disrupting the monetary system. In a series of tweets, Trump reiterated the message of dangers for shaking the stability of fiat currencies, especially the US dollar. He says, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. Oh, really, Donald Trump? Well, they are definitely not based on thin air. While some cryptos may be, Bitcoin certainly is not. It takes an incredible amount of electricity, hardware, time, and patience to actually do this, in the same way that me mowing your lawn is a valuable service that I'm doing for you because I am putting work into something. If Bitcoin was simply created on a computer and boom, 21 million came into existence and now everybody can just send it around, it would not have much value in that sense, except for maybe the rarity factor of it. But the rarity factor of being being forced to mine it, being forced to essentially have a lot of equipment to do that, such as ASICs, and the electricity to do that, there is indeed a cost to mining and creating Bitcoin. So it is definitely not based on thin air. Now that reminds me of a video that came out recently, and it's all over YouTube, and it is a narco submarine that the U.S. Coast Guard catches, and it was carrying 16,000 pounds of cocaine. Now, what does this have to do with cryptocurrency and the tweet that I just talked about? Well, I would imagine that this bust of this narco submarine that was heading to San Diego or the coast of California to drop it off likely was not being paid in Bitcoin, probably U.S. dollars. Moving on to different news, the Miami Dolphins now have an official crypto, and it's Litecoin. So the Litecoin Foundation on Thursday partnership will kick off on September 5th. The start of the 2019 NFL season sees the Dolphins accept Litecoin as their official cryptocurrency. In effect, that means that fans at home games at the Hard Rock Stadium will be able to pay with Litecoin and Bitcoin when buying tickets for the Dolphins 50-50 raffle, which gives half of the proceeds of the Miami Dolphins Foundation to its charitable causes. The crypto payments will be made possible by a third party in the deal, Alliant Payments. So Litecoin also partnered earlier, I think this year or last year, with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC, and their logo was plastered all over the canvas during the fights and stuff like that. So I would imagine now on the sidelines and things and throughout the stadium that Litecoin will be plastered around the Miami Dolphins, which is only good for cryptocurrency. This is adoption, and we are moving forward. So moving on to the last article I have, Binance destroys $26 million worth of its Binance token. So now every quarter, Binance burns some BNB tokens based on how much revenue they made from fees and people using it and such. So the exchange posted Friday that burn, from the industry term for destroying tokens, comes in accordance with its white paper and involved 808,888 Binance coin previously allocated to the Binance team. And they do provide a image of the transaction of 808,000 Binance coin. And this is part of the reason why Binance coin goes up in price. Another reason is that Binance sort of makes you use Binance coin for lowering fee exchanges. If you trade in Binance coin, you suffer less fees when trading. And another thing is that sometimes they put IEOs on the website, initial exchange offerings, where they'll initially offer a brand new cryptocurrency, and you typically have to use Binance Coin to actually buy that. But that is all the news I have for you guys, and let's have Goose and Coach take you back to some Zell news. But once again, I just want to remind everybody to subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we are moving up pretty quickly, and that's because of you. That is because you click the subscribe button and nobody else. So thank you guys, and as usual, I will see you guys next time.
All right. Once again, special thanks to Mr. Sotko Cryptocurrency. Do check him out on YouTube at Mr. Sotko Cryptocurrency. And moving on, some interesting things happening with the Zell ecosystem. First of all, I want to address something that's very important to the ecosystem, and that is our mining algorithm. Now, we've done a little bit of an update on the Zell hash algorithm that was introduced in the recent fork, the beginning of the month. But here we are approaching the middle of the month, and we still have some miners, especially those on the community pool, trying to use the old algorithm. So we want to stress right now, we've switched algorithms. We have a brand new variant of Equihash, and so you're going to need to update your mining engines to make sure that you mine the right algorithm. Otherwise, you're not going to be getting the payouts that you should expect. It just won't work. So we've gotten reports from our community pool, especially, that there are a bunch of miners who are still trying to use the old algorithm. Of course, that causes problems with the pool because it almost appears as like a DDoS attack, because they're constantly pinging the server with the wrong connection information, which is essentially a DDoS. So we really need you guys, especially you miners out there who listen to the core. We love your support. We want to make sure you get your payouts. So do change the algorithm. If you need some help with that, we got some guides up on the Zell Hub. So I'll leave links down in the description to the mining video specifically if you're struggling with that. But otherwise, it's pretty simple switch from Equihash 1445 over to the new algorithm 1254.
Absolutely. And that's just a general rule of thumb. Anybody that's a miner out there, anybody that holds nodes out there, you just always got to stay up to date with the project that you're mining or invested in, just so you don't get caught in this situation. Just is always a good rule of thumb. But we're definitely here to help if you need anything. And we have plenty of videos and support to help you move over to the new algo, as Goose mentioned.
Yeah, we've even got like a little reminder coming out on Twitter to switch the algo. So
absolutely, no doubt, we got you covered for sure, man. Well, you mentioned Monday's almost here, right? You said that earlier when we were talking about the top 5, and Monday is also special here for Zell and CoinSwitch, because we got something pretty cool going on. CoinSwitch is an app that is actually already on Zell Core. But we are actually, the Zell cryptocurrency itself is getting added to CoinSwitch, and that's very exciting. You want to talk a little bit more about what that means to the Zell Core users out there?
Yes, this is really important. CoinSwitch is one of the free exchanges. Anyone who has a Zell Core wallet has access to CoinSwitch. And the beauty of this new partnership means that you'll now be able to purchase Zell in the Zell Core wallet. We didn't really have that set up until now. CoinSwitch is one of the most reliable and probably one of the more well-known hot swappable solutions within wallets. So we'll be able to go in and use either Bitcoin or several other cryptocurrencies and exchange that for Zell. So you can take advantage of some of the great features you get with Zell, namely, and this is the most important one, I think, for Zell Core users, is that decentralized two-factor authentication. You just need a tiny bit of Zell, and it creates a transaction on the blockchain that stores your PIN code that you use to access the wallet. And that happens no matter which wallet you access with the same username and password. So I think it's a really good opportunity for the majority of Zell Core users. And of course, anybody who is new and looking for a really cool crypto wallet solution, Zell Core is growing and becoming even more powerful now, the fact that we have this new relationship with CoinSwitch.
Absolutely, man. And to and from Zell, either way, whatever you want to do, it just makes it very seamless. It can happen right there in the wallet. in an instance, no username, no password. At least for CoinSwitch directly, obviously you have to have a username, password to log into your Zellcore account, and then as simple as that, you can swap over and kind of start building your Zellcore bag a little, or excuse me, your Zell bag a little bit. So it's very exciting news, man. I'm really excited about this edition.
No fuss, no muss. Just get your Zell right inside the wallet.
That's awesome, man. As we kind of bring this episode here to a close, just wanted to remind you that we've put out our first episode where we sat down with Frank from Beaksy, and we're going to kind of continue that model here a little bit more, and actually not a little bit more, a lot more often. And we're going to sit down and interview projects and just let you tap into some of these projects that deal with Zell to a certain extent, and some projects that might not necessarily be attached to us any kind of way, but just help you grow in your cryptocurrency journey. And with that being said, Goose, you got anything else for us, man?
No, I think we covered it all, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, make sure to subscribe to Zell Hub on YouTube. And while you're there, Mr. Sotko Cryptocurrency, who brings us great news, you can subscribe to him as well. And for all things Zell, visit Zell.network. And once again, you've been inside the core, powered by Zellcore Plus.